I am going to show you how to build a team of AI agents with OpenAI Swarm. We're going to have one big manager agent that then delegates. So it's in fact a team. Imagine going to, let's say, your Google Assistant or your Amazon Echo, and you say good morning. And then, it starts, spitting a good morning, the news, blah, blah. That's kind of like what we're going to build. We're going to have one agent. It's going to receive your input. Then that agent is going to delegate into the good morning agent that says good morning, tells you a joke. And then maybe you want to hear the news. So you're going to say, hey, tell me the news. And then it's going to reply with the news. It's going to do a web search. And by the end of it, you're going to have a full-on template that you can apply. And step by step, we're going to build in terms of complexity our agents. And that's really the goal, that you know how to use them in the future. If you want to do this project with me, you'll have to download the materials in the description or in the top comment of this video. You'll find, so you're going to go there to the description. You include your email. You're going to get the materials on your email. And bonus, from now on, you'll get a lot of very nice emails from me, of course, that you can cancel anytime. Let's get started. Once you download, I'm personally going to use Google Collaboratory as my Python IDE, but of course you can pick. In the materials, you're going to find the requirements for this project, which are just three, of course, OpenAI Swarm, OpenAI, and the requests. This is for our web browsing. And then you're going to find a free prompt engineering ebook that I wrote. It's very simple, but it really kicks you up a notch. And then as well, very important, starter code, because, so that the setup, we don't really need to care so much about it. Therefore, let's get started here. You can check here the Python version 3.10 works. And then we are going to install some libraries. And as well, this is the first thing that we need to take care of. You'll see here, you need to get an OpenAI API key. You need to get this for sure. And then you need this news API key. So I'm going to show you how to do each of this. So news API, this is what you include in your Google search. You search. So this, we check. Okay, news API.ai. You're going to register here. It's a very simple register. So you just do this. Personally, I'm going to, sign in. Oh, I just realized it's not this one. Sorry about that, because it's a .org. Let me see. News API org. Here you go. It's this one. newsapi.org. Sorry about that. So the first thing that is going to pop, get API key, and then you are going to immediately get it once you register. And yeah, of course, this part here, you cannot see because that's my personal API key. But for the rest, just copy it. And then over here, you can include it as one of the secrets that you can then reuse in other notebooks. For the OpenAI API key, and so simple key, not kexy, you come here. So the first one works. In case that you don't have an account, you do need to create an account. All of this is going to cost, I don't know, 2 or 3 cents. Minimum is $5 that you need to put in for the first time. And then you need to create a secret key. This is enough. So we just include a name, if you so wish, so that you can track. And then you create the secret key. It's going to get it here. You copy it. You repeat the same process here to put it as a secret. Now, let's get started. And of course, change the name based on the name. So for instance, I have this Gen AI course, which is the name of the API key for the OpenAI. And I also called it the news API. I'm going to click on Control Enter, and I'm going to grant access to this. Here we go. And then I'm going to import the required libraries. I'm going to set the API keys in the environment. And now we can kick it off. So the first agent is also the simplest of agents because, let's learn and see what we need to build. It's a very, very simple one. So we're going to get build a greeting agent. Here we go. So, define the AI agent. This is very, very easy. So I'm going to call it greeting agent equals to. I'm also going to search for the documentation, OpenAI Swarm, so that, we cover both things. So OpenAI Swarm here. Let me go to the documentation. Here you go. So this is the run, and I want to focus first on the agents. So agents, and we can track here what we need to do. We start with the name. Here we go. So name, or better yet, we start with agent, parenthesis, name equals, this is our greeting agent, and what this agent is going to do, so instructions. You are, Jarvis, and you greet the user with a joke. And you can put whatever you want here. This kind of works very similarly to a system prompt. And so you have here name, model default GPT-4o. We can leave it as that. Instructions, you also have a default here. And then you have functions. We're going to use this in our second agent when we have a function that actually fetches the news. Actually, let me check. I think it's a function. Yes, it's definitely a function. And that would be it. You also have tools. I usually use functions. I don't really use tools. So let's get started here. So we have the build, let me also change here, an AI greeting agent. So this is the first one. And then we build an AI news agent, kind of like your personal broadcaster, so to speak. And here we're going to build a function that fetches the news. So this is what we're going to do. And then in the next one, we are going to build an AI agent that fetches the news. There you go. So I'm going to define first the news agent. I think I'll usually prefer to work backwards. So I have the news agent. It's an agent, parenthesis. The name is the news agent. And then the instructions are, you provide the top news headlines for a given country and category and a summary. Here you go. So we have this, and then we'll have a function. So functions is the one that we're going to build, which is this fetch news. Here we go. Let's get started. So we have this, and then we have this fetch news. Oopsie, I'm clicking on stuff. Define fetch news. And let me just confirm. So you can specify a country, for instance, let's say US. And then let's say that, category equals also none by default. So unless specified, we're not going to do anything. We have the base URL. So this is something that we are going to include. And we're going to get here the suggestion, and we're going to do this step by step. We have here that this news API top headlines, and we can actually copy this and put it here. API key is missing. So this is just accessible when we have the API key. So we have the base URL, then we have the params, so country, and I'm not going to include category here, but params, country, API key, and then what I do, because the category is none, because otherwise I must include a category. But what I do is, so if category, then the params category equals the category. Otherwise, it's none. And we don't focus on any specific category. What could be a category like politics, finance, yada, yada. And here we go. So we have this, and then we make the get requests. And have in mind, so we start with a base URL, and to this base URL, then we add the country, the API key, and if available, the category. Make the get requests, and here I'm going to do this response. I'm going to get the base URL and the params. The data, then I'm going to store it as a JSON. And then lastly, we need to check if the request was successful. Successful. Here we go. We definitely have something. So if the response dot status quo equals to 100, and there's articles in data here. Let me check. Wait. Okay, I don't want any of this. So if this, I'm going to, wait, also not this. Let me get rid. I'm going to get the headlines. This is what we're covering. Headlines equals. We're going to go article, title for article in data articles. But, let's not do too many. Let's say up to 10. And then we would return something. So we can definitely join the headlines, but let's do like this. So here are the top news for, and then country dot upper, because we put the country in uppercase. And then we add category or all categories. But wait, let me confirm. Category or all categories. And then I come here, I give it a line, and then plus another line, and then I do dot join, and then headlines. So this should work. I'm getting here some issue, but when we get there, we get there. And so return this, else error fetching news. And then, this is enough. We get here an invalid syntax. Okay, let's fix it immediately. And let's say, okay, so the difference comes, I should have put here the 2 single quotes with an empty space. I can accept that. Okay, and Shift Enter. We're doing very, very good. Then what we are going to do is that we're going to build the main AI agent here. And so we're going to define the main AI agent. And this is like very straightforward as well. So we start here with our main agent. It's an agent. Name is, main agent. Comma, we start with instructions. You are the main agent based on the user's request. You decide which specialized agent should handle the task. And then something like, if the user wants a greeting or a joke, transfer to the greeting agent. If the user wants the news, transfer to the news agent. So this is the main thing. And then, okay, how do we transfer to the agents? We're going to have a function. So function equals is this transfer to agent. Okay, what is this transfer to agent function? We need to build it. Let's do it. We're going to define a transfer to agent function. So define and then transfer to agent, agent name. Here you go. So we have two possibilities. So agent equals, and then we have the greeting agent, and then we have the news agent. And then we can actually do this. So if agent name in agents, but actually this is not necessary. So return. And if we need a backfill, we can do it here. Return agent's name. Name. Okay, correcting this. I'm missing an S because it should be agents to match this. And here we go. Okay, lovely. Okay, I forgot the comma. Okay, fantastic. All right, we're definitely doing something. And let's continue. We then connect to the API. So client equals swarm parentheses. Here we go. And then we are going to run the application. Use response equals response. Same time. Wait. Here we go. We're back at the OpenAI Swarm. Here we go. So we have this run. So these are the arguments that it can take. So response equals, we take the client, use dot run, and then we set the agent, initial agent to be called. Let's do it. Agent equals, we start with the main agent. This is the manager. This is the one that is going to decide what to do. And then as well, messages also required. Here we go. Messages. And here we go. Messages equals, we would have the role as the user. And here we go. So role and user, comma. And then we would have the content. And this is the user input. Where is this user input coming from? Okay, user input. User input equals input. And be like, how can I serve you today? Here we go. We have this user input. Then we close this with the parentheses. And I'm missing here a dictionary. Here we go. So close this, and then we can, print display markdown. But let's run it first. There you go. Let me do Control Enter. Okay. Good morning. All right. Greeting agent is not defined. Okay. Alrighty. Let's fix it. So greeting agent is not defined. Is it not defined? It's not defined. Makes sense. Let's come back here. Here we go. All right, let's run everything. Good morning. Okay. Let me put here a space. Here we go. No output. So we're going to print display markdown. Let me just confirm what I'm missing. Or better yet, let's do this step by step. Response. Parentheses. And we have quite a bit of things. So the next step is to go, where is it? Let me see. So ideally, I would find, like I'm terrible at finding things, but I should be able to find something which is messages. 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 Here we go. Dot messages. Let me see if this is enough. Here we go. We add here the -1. So I get the last piece. And then can we do dot content? No. We need to do in square brackets content. Here we go. Lovely. And then we add, so display mark down. And then, good morning. What do you get if you cross a snowman and a dog? Frostbite. Funny. How can I assist you today? Okay, perfect. And okay, let me add this here that we have always. And okay, tell me the latest news. Let's see. Now, of course, there's one thing that we're not fully explored, which is, okay, what if the input of the user is, gibberish or, not related? This is something that we will need to try. And here we go. So we have the news, top news in the US, top technology news in the US. Let's say, like sing for me like Taylor Swift. And then I can't sing, but I can recommend some of her popular songs. Okay. If you'd like a fun greeting or a joke instead, I can transfer you to the greeting agent. So this is actually cool. So the main agent was actually able to handle this. So I'm like taking this. And that is it. Now, I would leave you here with a couple of challenges. So the one would be to add your calendar. So an AI agent for that. And then the other one would be, weather for the day. So this would be the two main things that you would add. You can also include context variables, so like pre-existing information. So for instance, imagine, what's your name? Where do you live? What do you like? These kind of things. And these would be like the main things. And that is it. So this is how you build. I don't know how long. Wait, let me check. So this is 25 minutes of raw video, probably going to be 20-ish of video. And managed to build 3 AI agents, 1 manager, to agents that actually do stuff. And it was very, very easy. So exciting times. I'll see you in the next one.